Okay, so this is our first video, and there's going to be a sequence of videos about what I refer to as goal number factoring. Now remember, goal number factoring is how, or a method for how you factor a quadratic polynomial, ax squared plus bx plus c, and we're going to get in the habit of always making sure it equals 0. So let's go through a few examples, and I'll talk and walk you through them. So let's say that we have x squared plus 7x plus 12. The goal number is created by taking a, which is 1. Let me write down a, b, and c. A is 1, b is 7, c is 12. The goal number is created by taking a times c. A times c is 12. The middle term is b, so we write 7 there. I consider all factors of 12. 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. I need two numbers to multiply to give me 12 and add to give me 7. That's going to be this combination. I take that combination, 3 and 4, and divide them both by the leading coefficient, 1, or a. Divide them by a. I then bring this into factored form. X plus 3 over 1, x plus 4 over 1. I divide or simplify the fractions that I have. That leaves me with x plus 3 times x plus 4. This is the factorization of x squared plus 7x plus 12. So let's try a second one here. Let's say that we have x squared minus 12x plus 27. All right? The goal number would be 1 times 27, or 27. The middle term is negative 12. So because I have 27, I want to look at its factors. 1 and 27, 3 and 9. That's all the factors. I need these two numbers to multiply to give me 27, but they have to add to give me a negative. That tells me that both of these pairs should be negatives. The one that adds to give me negative 12 is negative 3 and negative 9. Negative 3 minus 9 is negative 12. Take each of those factors and divide by a. A was 1. So I have negative 3 divided by 1, negative 9 divided by 1. Write it as x minus 3 over 1, x minus 9 over 1, and then simplify both fractions. X minus 3, x minus 9. Okay, so let's try another one. I got 4 examples planned. Example number 3. Let's say this time they give us x squared plus 3x minus 18. Now, if you notice, what I've been doing on each of these examples is I have been changing what the plus and the minus are within the trinomial. Okay, goal number here would be negative 18. Middle term is b, or 3. Factors of 18, 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. I need these two numbers to add to give me negative 3 and multiply to give me negative 18. Now let's look at the multiply first. I know that one of the numbers has to be negative. That's the only way that you can multiply two numbers together and get a negative product. Okay? But they need to add to be a positive. Well, that's telling me all these little terms have to be the negative one. Negative 1 times 18 is negative 18. Got it? Now, which combination will add to give me positive 3? That's this combination. When I check this, now I'm going to have factor of negative 3 divided by a is 1. 6 divided by a is 6 over 1. So this will be x minus 3 over 1. And x plus 6 over 1, which simplifies to x minus 3 times x plus 6. And this is the only factorization that will work. Last one. We haven't looked at this scenario. What if I have two minuses, or a double negative? I have x squared minus x minus 20. All right? I know that the goal number is 1 times negative 20, or negative 20. I know the middle term is negative 1. Factors, 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5. They have to multiply to give me a negative, so one of the terms has to be negative, and add to give me negative 1. That means the larger factor has to be negative. The one that works is 4 and negative 5. Divide them both by a, write it as a binomial, x plus 4 over 1, x minus 5 over 1. Simplify each fraction, x plus 4, x minus 5. This is the correct factorization. Hope this helps. Good luck, and let me know if you have questions.